Hello, Capricorn beauties, and welcome to August 2019. I wonder how your mirror season went with all of that energy in Cancer and those eclipses hitting into your sign and into your oppositional sign of Cancer and all those conversations that were going on. I know that for me, the Capricorn full moon and eclipse was really powerful. Big lessons were being taught there energetically and dynamics wise. And so coming into August, we are taking everything we learned in July and figuring out how we want to put that into practice. Because, July we had a Mercury retrograde, started in Leo and then moved back into Cancer. We had those eclipses. We had energies working with us. A lot of planets were also retrograde at the same time as that. And on July 31st, we have this new moon in Leo in your 8th house, along with Mercury going direct in Cancer, your oppositional sign. And so there's kind of a reset here, right? There's an opening, a beginning. And for you guys, Leo energy is really entwined with the mystic side of your personalities, with the hidden, powerful side of yourselves. And I always find it really interesting the way that that works out, because Capricorn and Leo to me are two energies that are very much about leadership, about strong presence in the world, about being seen, about making things happen. And so there's always a really cool dynamic between Leo and Capricorn, but Leo specifically for Capricorn, all that energy in Leo with the Sun and Venus and Mercury moving back into Leo and Mars in Leo for a lot of the month. This is your 8th house energy. So it's the mystical transformational energy where we go to shed a skin and come back out anew. And it's also known, 8th house energy is known to be the taboo energy. It's anything that's taboo, so other people's money, sexuality, and the hidden esoteric. So this is a really powerful time for you guys. Leo season's very highly charged and energized just in general, but for you specifically, it takes you to this mysterious place. So the message I have for you, the note that came up when I was thinking about Capricorns, is that this is going to be a time that's going to feel a little mysterious. You are still going to be taking in everything you got in July. And Leo season, let's see what we have. Oh my gosh, Ace of Swords in the Tower. I did say that this is a shedding time for you guys, right? And that this is 8th house energy. So transformation is strong for you in August. And every year you'll probably notice that August is a time when you have a stronger sense of transformation than maybe other times of year. Strength, nice. The Star, these are all coming out. Page of Pentacles. See how things are, it doesn't always have to be, I'm dropping things too. It doesn't always have to be bad that the Tower is there, right? I love that we're being met right away with some beautiful energy. So Leo season's really intense for you guys, but it's, the note is that this is a time to design, to take you to your higher self, to take you into the mystic waters, and to take you on a bit of a journey, a divine searching, seeking journey to tap into your message, your mission, who you want to be. And the time, this kind of mystical time, I find really interesting. 6 of Cups, that makes perfect sense with 8th house energy. This is a time where answers and breakthroughs come in really surprising ways. So, they don't always come in linear. Ace of Pentacles, loving it. They so often come in ways that we would never have thought of. So this kind of time is one where you might feel blind. You might feel like you don't have that ability to see in the way you want to see. 2 of Pentacles, assessment, right? Making some choices. There's a lot of decision making in August that's going on in general. There's a lot of this, and that's for the collective. There's a lot of this feeling of one drop, 7 of Wands. All right, I love that. That's your top card. We will talk through these. I'm just dropping things right and left apparently today, so welcome to the Sarah Show. This is what we do. But there's a lot of decision making going on in August. There's a lot of this directional focused, let's make decisions, let's make life goals. And for you Cappies, it's coming in when you're checking into this higher, more mystical plane up until we get into Virgo season. So, we have a full moon in Aquarius on the 15th, which is tied to you because it's your neighboring sign there of Aquarius and your second house of value. So you're illuminating some really big things about what you're valuing, what's working for you, and how you want to take that with you. And once we get over that full moon, then what starts to happen is all this energy pours into Virgo. So a fellow earth sign for you, which will be really good. Mars, Venus, the Sun, and Mercury all enter Virgo in the course of like a week. And then on August 30th, we have a new moon in Virgo, which is great for intention setting on your big plans. But there is kind of this commitment energy going on in August. It's really interesting the way that that's been showing up because, Jupiter's also going direct at this time in Sagittarius. Jupiter at home in Sagittarius expands us all and asks us to choose and make big leaps of faith. And Uranus is going retrograde in Taurus, your fellow earth sign as well. And that retrograde's helping us to gently incorporate all the electrical shocks that have been coming in since March. But you guys are supposed to be working at it on this more mythical level, right? And let's just start talking about the fact that the Tower is back for you guys. I know for those of you who have been with me for a little while, the Tower has been a dear close friend to Cappy's for a while. It went away for a while. It's been coming back. But we've talked about the Tower a lot. And in the context of this reading, I have to tell you, it has a really different feel than other times where it's a little bit more destructive. Because look at what it's surrounded by. Ace of Swords, Tower, Strength, and the Star. So this is pretty much representing Leo season all the way through that full moon. These 4 cards represent the first half of your month. And I think the way that I see this is redirects. Now, redirects, yes, they can be dramatic. They can be overpowering. They can come out of left field and be like, what do I do with this now, right? But redirects don't always have to function that way. For me, there's a kernel of truth being illuminated here that you've been wanting clarity on for a while. There is a desire for there to be clarity and communication and for there to be answers here, right? The Ace of Swords always brings the answers we've been wanting, right? It opens up communications. It slashes something open that needed voice. So for you, there's some kind of big clarity, and it's cutting you free. And because this is 8th house energy, which is transformational energy, I do feel this is more on an energetic soul level. This is something that you know at a soul level, something that you've probably been working through, definitely during those eclipses and probably even since March. Kind of figuring out where you're putting your footing and what that looks like for you. So the Tower coming in this reading is going to be about you realizing that, what felt like home before, what felt like a good routine before, what felt like a good mission even 6 months ago isn't quite holding you the same way that it was. There's this kind of knowing the shift is there for you. Now that, to me, manifests the understandings that come from this. And this is like Leo new moon energy. This is really that first, and Mercury direct Leo new moon energy is going to be bringing you answers and clarity and vision. And what that's bringing for you, honestly, then after we have that new moon in Leo on the July 31st and we move into August and we're starting to get our bearings, your vision is starting to come into focus. Strength and the Star are beautiful cards. They're healing cards. They're associated with Leo and Aquarius. So you could also have those energies in your life. But these cards are divine in nature. We have one with the infinity symbol here, and we have another who is like this star seed coming to water the earth with her medicine and find balance, right? The water bearer of the star. And they are both working with materials that are highly powerful. These are the lion and the water are potent forces in the world. And these are visionary cards. It's the leader and the mission and the collective are being represented here, and how you want to implement that in your life. But it's understanding that you have this sacred power that you have to honor and love and cherish and nurture, and that you don't have to unleash it on everybody all the time, but you have to understand how to implement it in ways that feel good to you. But these are also very good for building, for creating. You know, these are tied to fixed sign energies, and fixed sign energies are all about sustaining what you want to see in the world. And they're about taking all of that good, powerful energy that you have in your core that's been rumbling around and applying it to the changes you want to see in the world. And there being a lot of support for you to make those changes, to make those plans, to book those tickets, to have those conversations, to choose to move to a new location and start thinking about what you want 2020 to look like, right? This is a really powerful time for all of that. And, you know, one thing to keep in mind with all this energy that we're seeing here at the base of this reading is that Mercury is direct, but the post-shadow phase is where we start to understand how to incorporate what we've just learned. And it can often be, we're going back over the same terrain that we just went over when it was going retrograde. So as we go forward through this month and hit into Virgo season, we're incorporating, we're building, we're saying, oh, now I see what was going on mid-July and how I want to apply it here in mid-August and how I want to apply it moving forward. This is a big visionary month, but once again, it's going to take you to a very strange place. Surprising infusions of energy are coming in from the sidelines, places you weren't looking. And that continues here. I mean, Page of Pentacles, right? There's a lot of grounded energy here, which I think you guys will appreciate, because here's the thing. You have this big revelation, right? You have this huge clarity coming in, which could seem really overwhelming, but it's followed up by a whole bunch of concrete problem solving and a whole bunch of concrete opportunities showing up to your door. So it's not going to be, while your soul journey and the way your conscious mind is connecting with some of this may feel very foggy, very overwhelming, you may even feel a little fatigued at times because you're doing so much internal work, the things are happening on the external, because you got this Page of Pentacles, right? Boom. You got the Six of Cups. Boom. You got the Ace of Pentacles. Now, this is what's interesting. The Page of Pentacles and Ace of Pentacles, I mean, come on. These are opportunities being just presented up to you. You know, this is financial abundance. This is opportunity. This is connection. This is grounding. This is the ability to start investing and building on something that you really want to build on, but it's tapping into some kind of emotive thing for you. Six of Cups is a really complex energy, and when it shows up in a reading, it always tells me that whatever else is going on in this reading, it's causing us to kind of go back to earlier versions of ourselves and earlier patterning and check in with it. You know, this can be a really sweet card about nostalgia and first love and innocence. But a lot of times this card is also tied to where we hold ourselves back, where we kind of repeat the same pattern. You know, we idealize the past. We idealize nostalgia and our first loves. We idealize who we've been in the past, right? We idealize our limitations and what we think love is and what we think connection is. And what I'm noticing with the Page of Pentacles and Ace of Pentacles, it's pushing you to make these practical big changes, and it's bringing up your dialogue when it comes to old patterning and to who you've been before and what you want your life to look like. And yes, for some of you, this will specifically be about relationships. It will be about the people you love and the people you want in your life. For some of you, this will absolutely be about your relationship to abundance and worth and value and feeling worthy of the happiness that is coming your way. You know, once again, the energies here, we are in your 8th house of transformation and then your 9th house in Virgo of your philosophy on life and your big range visions. And when you're hitting into those houses and when you're hitting into those dialogues, this is a really big time where you can reshuffle your belief systems when it comes to value and worth, and when it comes to valuing your energy, and when it comes to valuing your place within the thing. So I'm noticing that whatever it is that this potential for growth, this expansive time, it does ping up on any part of yourself that doesn't feel worthy of taking the risk and taking the leap of faith and opening up. And that's kind of where this Two of Pentacles comes in. Now, this is tying back into what I was saying about August as a month in general, that it is a big month of feelings of commitment, making big decisions, and kind of choosing our path, you know, very consciously connecting in with how you want to choose. And Two of Pentacles is a bit of an indecisive energy, right? It's taking a moment to pause. Twos in tarot are very much like a doorway energies. You know, you're standing there between two options, a fork in the road, and figuring out which one is true for you. Now, with Pentacles, Two of Pentacles energy, the big question you want to ask yourself if you're finding that all of this energy is fomenting and decision making, you want to choose the thing that feels true for you. Not the thing that looks good on paper, not the thing that would impress somebody, not the thing that looks good on Instagram and looks good to the external world, but that leaves you feeling a little hollow inside when you sit down quietly by yourself, but the thing that feels as though it is right for you. You know, the thing that is tied in with you using your essence. This powerful force that you have that you're supposed to be harnessing for your mission, for your life, for the way you move through the world. The Two of Pentacles is telling me that there's a part of you that wants to settle back for those old relationship patterns or for that kind of subpar living situation that isn't really speaking to your soul. It's fine, it's livable, but it's leaving you wondering why you keep repeating it. And you are standing at this threshold, and this is why this mystical energy is really important for you to listen into. Your soul is going to be talking to you consistently throughout the month. And the thing is that your top card is the Seven of Wands. This is, you will prevail, my Capricorns. You will prevail. You will get up on that hill. You will be seen. You will be able to use your talents, your gifts, your abilities to function in the world. You are meant to get to the top of this hill, right? But the thing with Seven of Wands is that this is energy of taking your space, standing your ground. This is a very active energy. And Seven of Wands is not about sitting idly back and not advocating for yourself, right? Like this guy is advocating his case. So what's really interesting for me, and I think this is something that will build in momentum through the month of August, is you'll start off mystical thinking, connecting in, having a bit of an internal revolution here, checking in with your innate power. And then as the answers and the information comes in, you got a couple of these aces, so you're starting some new energetic cycles here, my friends. You're getting that momentum, you're getting that clarity, and by the end of the month, it's going to be time for you to take that stand and have that clear place that you want to put your energy. And to not hold yourself back or keep yourself small. You know, you've hit into these places, you've hit into the Tower and the Six of Cups, these places where you want to pull yourself back or maybe hold on to something old, and it's saying, no, you've got to move forward. It is time. I have a few affirmations for you guys for this mystical, magical month for Cappies. I'm really excited for you guys. Honestly, this is beautiful energy. So here are the affirmations. I am held and safe in the mystery. Answers come with ease and grace. I can relax into my inner world and have beautiful external manifestations meet me everywhere. I want you guys to trust in your innate value and in your innate ability to feel through what is right for you. I know you're able to problem solve and make things happen and get it done, and that's a great skill set, but you also have another skill set, which is your ability to feel through things and intuitively know and be guided by what is right for you using your Capricorn force in this world. And it's really important for you a few times a year to check in with that part of yourself and make sure that it is clicking in and making sure that you're not squandering all that power on things that don't really serve you anymore. So as usual, because you guys have so much working with you, Saturn, Pluto, and South Node are all in Cappy right now, and it's a lot of homework right now because it's like we're not sticking with subpar here. We're moving into the good stuff. So I love you guys so much. You can find me on Instagram at Sarah Verba. I would love to see you over there. You can also email me if you want to get on my list. I will be opening up some sessions in the fall, and if you want to know when those sessions are going to be happening, you email me and I can get you set up for that. I'm also wearing PinkLune's gorgeous jewelry. As always, you can check her out. She's got some beautiful crowns that she is hand making with like all natural stones, so I will leave her link in the description box below, so please go check her out. I'm sending you guys so much love from the bottom of my heart. I will see you for more moon magics and for the next month's readings and many more adventures ahead. Have a beautiful August, my friends.